Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and reinstall the front door handle on this 99 Intrigue, same as any 98 to 02 Intrigue, and a similar process for other GM vehicles as well. Tools you'll need are Phillips and flat blade screwdrivers. You may need a small flat blade screwdriver, a T30 Torx driver, door panel clip tool or putty knife, and a 10mm wrench or a socket and ratchet with extension. Start here, take this panel, lift up carefully. Okay. Pull it down, and then underneath disconnect the two harnesses. Okay, and disconnect your mirror harness. Usually I take a little screwdriver, push the little tab, push it down, pry it up, pull it out. You gotta use your screwdriver again, and right in behind your door handle you'll see a little slot. Put your screwdriver in, pry out, and pull this little panel out. Now there are 3 screws. Phillips screw right there, and then this bezel comes off and you have to disconnect your switch. Okay, a T30 screw here and another T30 screw underneath that door pull. Okay, speed it up here as I use a T30 Torx screwdriver to remove those 2 Torx screws and a Phillips screwdriver to remove the screw for the door handle bezel. Thumb tab. Pull that connector off. Okay, you want either a putty knife or if you have one, a door panel clip tool. Put the knife in under, slide it until you feel the pin. Okay, give it a good pull. Slide till you feel the next one. Keep going up. And one usually up in here. Pull it out, and then our speaker here is connected. Press the little tab. Disconnect the speaker. And the door panel's off. You want to make sure your window's all the way up. Pull this back. Up there. Okay, right inside the door, you're going to see a little gray clip right down here. Use a little screwdriver to get in behind it. Open it. Okay. Pull that rod right out. And then up here there's a 10mm bolt there and a 10mm bolt you can access right through there. Best tool for the job is a 10mm socket with an extension, nice long extension, so you can go right through this hole and access that bolt. I'll speed it up here as I remove those 2 bolts. If you don't have a ratchet, socket and extension, just a 10mm wrench, you can get your hand in there and get those bolts out as well. Now you want to take your door handle, pull the bottom out, okay, maybe pull it down. It's a little tricky here. Get the front come down, okay, and then rotate it up and get that lock mechanism out. Okay, and then you have your lock rod here, and you basically just kind of want to keep them. You're just going to want to kind of spin it off that lock rod and pull it up and out. Okay, here's my original handle. New handle from 1A Auto. Obviously it comes molded in black. On a vehicle that's older, you may not really care about that. You may just want a working door handle. You can install it and obviously it'll work just fine. If you wanted to paint it to match, you can do a variety of things depending on how much you want to match. You can do everything from go to a hardware store, find a color that's close and paint it, or if you want it to match closely, go to an automotive parts store that has a paint department. They can use your paint code or your VIN, mix you up some paint that'll match closely, put it in an air charged can, and you can spray your handle. When you do spray the handle, you probably want to take off this gasket because you don't want to paint it. And then you will need to change some stuff over. So the rod, okay, just like the lock rod, just kind of twist it and pull. And it comes out, and it can go into the new handle. Just push it through with some force. Okay. And then the other thing you need to switch over is your lock cylinder. Okay, to get the lock out, you take this clip, you pry down on it. Okay, and as you pry down on it, the lock comes out, and then it simply pretty much just snaps right into the new handle. Okay, and so your handle's all ready to put in place. This handle matches the car and it's still in fine shape, so I'm going to switch everything back over and just reinstall the old handle. Put your rod in, reconnect your lock rod. Okay, as you put this down in, just make sure it doesn't get tangled in any of the other rods that are in there. Okay, bring it up. Bring it up, put that in. Just kind of pulling the front out, twisting it down. Front in and lock it in place. Make sure your gasket fits nicely around here. Okay, I'm going to kind of speed up here. I'm putting the bolts back in on the inside. And just one note, make sure that after you've put the handle back on and kind of clipped it in place, just check that latch rod to make sure it's not hung up in the wrong place or anything. Okay, so both bolts are in. Now just make sure that this rod does want to be behind that weather strip. Okay, put it into place and lock the clip back on. Okay, now just I'm going to just removing that switch panel, put my water shield back up in place, and then I'll do a test, make sure the door is unlocked before you close it, and then try a couple of shuts and opens and make sure everything's working good. And then we'll keep going, keep the fast motion going as we put the door panel back on. You'll probably learn enough just seeing it here, but if you want to see this in regular speed, just check out our other videos. We hope this helps you out.
Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.